So in my last video, I discussed what ATS is and what it is not, debunking all these ridiculous conspiracy theories surrounding this topic. ATS is the very first recruitment screening when one submits their job application in a company's job portal. Now in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the second layer to recruitment screening, which is what we call the manual CV screening. This would be the very first time your CV would actually reach an actual human being. Now here, the graduate recruiter more likely would prioritize the manual CV screening of CVs and resumes that either have a stronger match score to the job requirements as per the ATS ranking or meets the job minimum requirements as per the knockout questions. What this type of screening does is that it allows the graduate recruiter to quickly review a CV by looking for things like certain keywords, requirements such as either education, systems, tools, awards, work experiences, alongside many other characteristics. Now, you might have heard the notion that recruiters only take 7 seconds to screen a CV. This is why you need to ensure that you are contextualizing your CV for every job application. So again, the recruiter would screen the CVs further using the information as per the role requirements that they would have received from the hiring manager during the intake meeting. But besides looking for keywords and checking if you meet the basic requirements, they're also screening for the following three key criterions. The first one obviously being professionalism. Does your CV ensure that it has good grammar? What about spelling mistakes? Which is why you need to always be submitting a polished CV. They're also looking for evidence of job hopping, especially for more seasoned professionals and seasoned roles. This is sometimes true and can be raised as a red flag if a candidate is moving from one job to the next in a short space of time. I'm not saying that you'd be completely cast away in terms of your CV, but they would most likely bring this topic up and even probe further during the telephonic screening phase to allow you with the opportunity to provide any type of further clarity. The third thing that they look into is employment gaps. Are there sizable employment gaps on one CV or in your CV? Because this could be a concern to some recruiters because this type of screening is not possible with ATS, which is why manual screening is so quintessential. The benefit of undertaking a manual screen is that ATS may not account for these small nuances and differences between CVs, such as using, for example, a synonym for a preferred keyword. Manual screening may also help you fill other vacancies that have not yet been advertised. As recruiters, we are always looking at CVs of less qualified candidates who may be a good fit elsewhere in the organization. Which is why graduate recruiters should never miss the screening process, because ATS cannot pick up on things like notable awards, certain achievements, or what I would consider to be the it factor that is found in a candidate. The recruitment process needs this human touch. It's very important. Okay, so the next layer of screening that I'm also going to be discussing is telephonic or video interviews. This is basically used to determine whether you've made the minimum essential requirements for the role. What it does is that it validates information in your CV and also verifies the minimum requirements to get a more expanded view of that potential candidate they're actually interviewing. What we're going to find with video interviews, they are an online platform most of the times. They utilize where the hiring manager can upload interview questions, which are then presented automatically on the platform to the candidate in question. So here, you would be allocated, let's say, a few minutes to prep for your answer, and then you would then record your answer and submit it on the platform. The recruiter, together with the hiring manager, can then review those CVs submitted and decide whether to invite you on a more formal interview or not. I just want to provide a tip for you guys who are going to do a video interview on HireVue or whatever. Number one, test run the equipment beforehand and make sure that your environment and background is clean, it's neat. Make sure that you look presentable so that you ensure, and also ensuring that you also have good internet connection as well. Now, with telephonic interviews, again, these, like I said, are also very common. And what you've found is that increasingly they've been used by companies because they form such an integral part of the recruitment process, often at an early stage of selection. So what happens if you offered or you find yourself you're going to do a telephonic interview, the recruiter told you in advance? The most important factor, remember, is that the employer wants to find out, again, the same information as they would on a face-to-face. So your preparation needs to be just as thorough. Sometimes recruiters will call you out of the blue, or they might be courteous enough to give you a heads up. If you are given some type of time, like I said, to prepare for this, I want you to do the following in preparation. Number one, try to find a quiet space to take the call, having headsets on, as this may sometimes mute any background noise, and will also make your hearing and your sound a bit more audible. If possible, use a telephone instead of a cell phone to avoid issues of network connections. But if you're working in an open office space, please avoid putting your work telephone number on your CV, because the last thing you need is your nosy co-workers eavesdropping to your telephonic interview. Secondly, speak clearly. Smile, change tonality throughout your responses and your conversations with the recruiter by being affable to the recruiter and being professional at the same time whilst the interview is being conducted will play in your favor. Ask for clarity if you're not sure. If you didn't hear them properly, ask clarity if confused as well. Another thing, print out a copy of your CV, print out a copy of a cover letter, have the job description open in front of you, and have your start document there as well. More on this topic on a later video. Being prepared for a phone interview means more than just preparing the right reference materials. You need to also get into the character and deliver those materials convincingly. All the best.